going on? I'm Tyler.
And this is Super Smash Brothers.
The only show that tells you the truth about video games and movies and television because we're too drunk to know any different.
That's true. And I'm really hungover, like, right now.
We should probably mention this is our second time trying to do this because the first time we tried to do this, we got way too drunk during the brainstorming process.
What the fuck are we even talking about?
So this is take two.
The first topic today, I think, is sequels versus originals. General wisdom, you know, dictates that the original is always better.
Hold on, general wisdom.
Yeah, you know, just like common
general wisdom.
Like, I feel like
if you're not a dumbass, this is your opinion.
A popular opinion is that
opinion, yeah.
You know, the originals are always better than the sequel, like always.
I always prefer, well not always, but I'll say 9 times out of 10 prefer the sequel to the original. You know, the second time through, you have a better knowledge, you have a better grasp of your characters and what you want of it. So you're basically, with a sequel, you're getting a updated version of the original with, you know, possibly better technology, a better, you know, idea of what you want from the movie.
I mean, apart from Terminator 2,
I'll be back,
and Empire Strikes Back doesn't count. It's always just a shittier rehash, cash in of you know, taking something that worked the first time, and they're like, oh fuck it, we'll just do that again because you know that made a lot of money.
I think it's great that I can type in spequels better than croginal. And they know.
And Google.
And Google knows.
All right, drunk ass.
They know what's up.
We'll get you what you need to know. But
okay, here we go.
Lay off on the alcohol.
This is according to IMDb. Okay, we have
top 25 sequels better than the original.
The Godfather Part 2. Boom!
No. They're two different films. Like,
they're different, but same. Same,
yeah, same,
but different.
That's easy though because like. In a 3-act play, the second act is always the most interesting because that's where you really introduce the conflict. So like, if you consider the Star Wars trilogy a 3-act play, like Empire Strikes Back is definitely going to be the most interesting because they don't have to spend time on the character development because they did that in Act 1, aka the first movie, you know? And they don't have to tie anything up because they've still got Act 3, aka Return of the Jedi for that. So like, the second one is just moody and shit's going down and it's going to be, you know, more interesting to watch as a result of that, you know?
TimeMagazine.com. The Godfather Part 2, one of just 2 sequels to ever win the Oscar for Best Picture. Fuck you, Steve Nesky.
But you've got The Matrix 2 and The Matrix 3. So I feel like that's 2 sequels where they had 2 opportunities like, maybe one of them's gonna be good, and they both fucking suck major balls.
I think the sequel ruined the first one. So if you want to, I mean, fuck that, fuck The Matrix and fuck everything about that. So that I'm just gonna write that off.
What? You can't write that off?
Yeah. If the sequel completely negates the first movie,
that's what they always do.
No, not always. Dude, I don't even understand why I didn't point this out in the first place. The Dark Knight. I will talk about Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey because it's a way better movie because they fight death.
Is that the one with the Grim Reaper?
Yeah, Grim Reaper. They go to hell. Okay, first of all,
that movie is better.
Any sequel where they go to hell is better than the first, and that happens a lot.
Does it?
I think. I personally, you know, I'm a bigger fan of Gremlins 2. If you want to get even more off the beaten path, you know, I'll say Wayne's World 2. I'll say Mighty Ducks 2.
It's been a long time since I've seen Wayne's World or Wayne's World 2, so
well, that's
I can't
just sad.
directly.
Anyways, Time Magazine claims that D2 The Mighty Ducks was better than the original, and I support that. Okay, let's talk about horror sequels then. Let's talk about Friday the 13th Part 2. Which is like the first film that actually introduced Jason,
right,
the iconic, you know, killer in the series, for the first time. You know, in the first movie, he, you know, just had the small cameo. You know, basically.
Scream 2, not as good as Scream.
No, absolutely not. Spawn.
That's but was there a Spawn 2?
No, there should have been. That was a great movie.
Spawn 2?
Because it was considered a flop. It was considered a flop. I don't know why.
That fucking clown was scary.
You know, that clown was John Leguizamo.
That's the scariest thing you've ever said to me.
Evil Dead 2?
Yeah, well, okay, because that was actually the movie that they wanted to make the first time around.
Thank you!
I don't know about Halloween Part 2, because I never saw Halloween Part 2.
Yeah, Halloween Part 2, I believe, is that Curse or is it the return of Michael Myers? You would think the return.
I think it's the return.
The point is, I don't even know what my point is. What were we fucking talking about? I don't give a fuck when anyone says Aliens better than Alien.
I'm gonna go with Alien.
Of course you would, man. It's just you. Just
Aliens,
long and boring.
Aliens is like the oh, I'm the fucking quarterback and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna kill those aliens, I'm gonna smash them dead.
Just step back a little bit. Just scoot over, dude.
I gotta stay in
Sigourney
frame.
Weaver. I remember being a kid and being stoked on Jurassic Park: The Lost World, which going back now is like one of the worst movies, you know, ever.
This isn't an exploration. This is a rescue mission. Dun 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 dun.
Fucking Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Dope as fuck, dude. You got the battle.
They're all bad.
The Battle of Helm's Deep.
All of those movies are bad.
Dude, as you drink more, you get closer to me.
The vast majority of sequels
What about
are
Ghostbusters
not
2?
good.
Your love.
It's taking me higher, higher.
You know your love is more than the dream.
I will give it to you in video game sequels. Video game sequels usually superior than the originals. Like,
See, I go the opposite.
For sure.
So that kind of works out perfect. Cause like,
What?
as soon as you said that, I started just rolling through. I'm like, okay, well, Resident Evil 2, no dice. Resident Evil 1's way better.
but like Resident Evil 4.
You can't do that because at that point they're just different games. Resident Evil 2 is not better than the first one. The second Zelda is not better than the original.
Well, the first and second Zelda, I mean, is just like walking around on a. You're basically an X in a square.
Well, no, they broke the mold of the second one. They went side scrolling. The second Zelda, Link to the Past?
On NES. No, Link to the Past is Super Nintendo.
Right. Okay.
That's
so what?
The third one.
Link's Awakening. Or no,
Link's Awakening. Yeah.
Yeah, Link's
That's
Awakening was a side scroller.
It was.
Yep.
Here we go. We can't count Super Mario Brothers 2, right? Because that wasn't actually a Super Mario game.
Right.
So if it's between Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Brothers 3 is way better than Super Mario
Yeah,
Brothers.
I just think that's a completely different thing, though.
Sequels are never better than the original except for like 2 movies, unless you're talking to him.
No.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-